G Franco. Hello. Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
So stressful.
Well, one can be stressful and all of these at one time.
We had this idea. It was really good at the time.
It's still good.
It's still good. We
got
made it.
it.
Hi everyone. We just
Hello.
wanted to do a little check-in. This is Juan, Jimena, and Carolina, and I'm Kat.
And Carter.
And Carter. My bad. You can't tell my dog Scooby that Carter was here because he'll be very angry that he did not get to come here and wear his Burberry bow tie. Yeah, we just wanted to check in with everybody. You know, there's been a lot of things that have happened. We've technically been closed since March 12th. This is actually the first time all four of us have been here together since then. So we're all lovey and super happy right now. We've all been very limited in our contact with other people, so we've been good, mainly quarantining for the most part. And usually, as you've seen, it's been me at the studio. Carolina comes in probably most often after me, and then Jimena, and then Juan's been here a couple times. But we've been busy, putting together a couple of online courses for you. So we have the Central Bachata Fundamentals class has already been put up. That's just a couple of more like your fundamental step to kind of start to understand the style. So in a beginner class for us, it's not like a fundamentals class. We do kind of assume that you know at least a couple of things, and especially in Central style that has so many different technical elements to it. I wanted to have a course that whatever it is that we have an in-person class, or if you want to learn from your home, these are just a couple of things that would help you. So that when you go into a beginner class, you're a little bit more prepared and a little bit more ready with the terminology. We finished filming Juan's first fundamental traditional bachata class. That was lots of fun, right, Juan?
It was so much fun.
He loves being in front of the
He
camera.
loves the camera.
He loves it.
Very sarcastic. He hates the camera. So that was
I
Notice the nervous laugh. Notice the nervous
So we just finished putting that one. I'm putting it together, and then I'll probably place it live, and then I'll go ahead and start doing the subtitling for it. So our online courses that you can get from Thinkific, which is the ones that are pre-recorded, those do get subtitles put on them. So in case you can't hear or whatever, and then ultimately we hope to be able to also translate the subtitles so that they're available in different languages and stuff. So little by little, we're just adapting, trying to learn new things. The next course that we'll be pre-recording will be Jimena, beginner level Central Bachata styling. It can be anyone, doesn't have to be follows only, it's good to learn. I always think that it's really good and it helps me to dance better when I have an understanding of both sides. Even if it's not something that I'll necessarily use, I think it's really good for leaders to understand my follow might want to have some time so she can do this, and it would help you just to understand different ideas, different arms, different things that you can do with your body. So styling can be super, super amazing and super elegant and cool, or it could also be really, really subtle and more technical based. So we cover everything. So I think before we start talking about our live classes that start on Monday, we can just maybe let's see who's watching. If anyone has any questions or wants to say hi, and we'll do this a couple times. I'm here. I'm chilling.
Hi, Josie, George.
Gisette.
Shout out to Viva la Bachata.
Viva.
Yeah, they love the backdrop.
You don't see it, but there's a logo right here.
It's permanent.
It's permanent. It's a tattoo on her chest.
Gladys from G Franco. We love you so much.
G Franco is our biatch. We love her. We love G Franco shoes. They're the official shoe for pretty much the entire company. We use the Fausto. We use the Cuban, the Mystique, which is my favorite shoe because I kind of helped make that one. It's okay.
I literally just got a pair today.
Yes, brand new ones, the correct size this time. We're just waiting for our leopard print Mystique. We know it's coming, so we're just waiting for it. But yeah, please check them out. G Franco's amazing. She supports tons of dancers. Whether you're sponsored by her or not, if you're at a congress and you need help, her and her staff are there for you. They help, whatever you need. Yeah. So they're amazing. GFrancoshoes.com. Sponsor us. No shame.
What?
No shame. The time for shame is past. What else?
Josie, just saying she wants a hug. She misses breaking in her new shoes. Vincent, shout out to Vincent.
Is that undercover bachatero? Ah,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
so undercover
Not
anymore.
undercover. Doing his little sensual moves and body rolls. I see
See
him,
that?
I see him.
Can't wait to see a sensual TikTok.
Viva's asking, are classes live or pre-recorded?
So we have two different offerings. So we do have, we're building almost like a virtual dance studio, which is something that we wanted to do for a while. And we had actually just discussed before everything happened, is that we wanted to create like a way to connect with people that can't necessarily come here all the time, or want to learn a little bit on their own. Or sometimes I'll get people that come to class that need a little bit more works in order to be more successful in the group classes. So like the classes that we were talking about before, those are all pre-recorded. So right now, the only one that's up on the website is the Central Bachata Fundamentals class. And then hopefully in the next week, I'll be able to put Juan's traditional one up. And then I'm thinking maybe 2 to 3 weeks-ish, maybe a month, we'll do Jimena's. We still need to record that one, and then we'll post it up. And so to put those up a little bit sooner, I'll put them up, and then I'll work on the subtitling of it. I like to do the subtitling myself because when you let the automatic generators do it, first, they write out the numbers, which is so annoying, like to look at 1 through 8, like written, but also like they like get so many words wrong. Mm-hmm. And they also like to pick up every time I say or like, and I like to like keep those out. It's a really bad number.
Corpolindo just joined.
Corpolindo! So Corpolindo's amazing. They're based out of Atlanta. She was my sponsor for like a year and a half. Amazing bodysuits. They make clothing for all different sizes, heights, whatever it is. They have cool, amazing joggers for men that my guys absolutely love. Eli and Sean refuse to take those off for like 2 or 3 months. I hope they wash them. I hope they wash them. They wore them a lot, but they're amazing quality. They still hold up. They said it's like the best pair of pants they've ever had. So hit them up, support small business, and they're just really, really amazing people.
Their leggings though.
Oh, their leggings though. So nice.
So nice.
The high-waisted ones,
Yeah.
they on it. They on it. Okay. So we'll go ahead and start talking about our classes.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Carolina. This is Carolina.
Hello.
And she'll talk to you a little bit about her classes. Starts this coming Monday.
So this coming Monday, we have Flexible Mondays. So we will do a combination of like dance drills. So that can be anything from footwork to foot speed, working on our turns, different types of turns. It can be body actions. It's going to be a combination of a lot of different things. So that will be half of the class. And then we will also spend half of the class learning how to stretch. We have always a lot of questions on how can I get my splits, whether they're, center splits or back splits. Sorry, I don't know, right?
This one is
Splits in general. We'll also talk about like how to actually stretch your feet so you can get Jimena's beautiful arch foot that she has.
So annoying.
What's your foot?
No,
Let's
no,
see
you got it. Okay, fine.
So it'll be a lot of different types of stretches, and it will rotate a lot of different things every Monday, so you will not get the same thing every Monday. And to answer Viva's question, where can we purchase the classes? You can go to ferocitydance.com, and the description of each class is there, and then right under each class you can register. It'll take you to register for just that class, or there you can also register for 4 classes that we'll have each week.
So nice. So that's Flexible Mondays with Carolina. On Wednesday next week, we'll start Jimena's Central Bachata Styling class.
Wine Wednesday. Just kidding. Tomorrow's my last one.
That'll be a before class.
After class. I'm just kidding. We got Flare It Up Wednesday, so we're gonna do bachata styling. It's not specific to any gender. Anyone and everyone is welcome. We're just gonna do some, it's gonna focus on a lot of body action, arms, legs, your feet, making sure that we got the right technique so we can use it on the dance floor. our dance partner finally lets us go. We got our free time. It's our time to shine. So just some moves to make us feel good and confident, expand our range of movement that we're doing, and I'm excited.
Yes. Yeah, Jimena. So
So
that's
we have-
Wednesday.
We have one question. Can the live classes be done later in case we can't make it in time for the class?
You mean like, are they recorded?
No, just can we do the live classes later?
I think I understand.
Just to schedule the classes.
Oh, you mean the
Modification.
time
Yeah,
of
the
it?
time.
Yeah.
So right now, because we are technically close to the public, for us, it's more of a, number one, we didn't want to do too early. We also didn't want to do too late, but the too late is because we're here by ourselves. And like, as beautiful as the exterior of my building is, for anyone that's been here, there's actually only one light on. So like for me, safety wise, like because most of the time it's us here by ourselves doing the classes, except for Thursday with Jimena and I, and then Sundays with Juan and Carolina. For us to leave kind of late all alone is like, scary. So like, and we also wanted to leave an opportunity for like potentially adding more classes in the future. So we're starting with 4, and like let's see how they go, if there's interest, and then if if we need to move things around, then of course we'll move it if we need to. Okay. Oh, it's our turn.
Like, I'm not yet.
I was like, yo, I set it all up. I'm done.
Tequila Thursday. I
Yes.
mean, just kidding.
Tequila for the
That's
Thirsty
how my
Thursday.
quarantine's going.
So we have our Central Thursdays. Thursday was actually like our central bachata day for group classes here. We had done intermediate level at 7, and then we did beginner level at 8. This time, my beginners were reaching out a lot. And so we really wanted to kind of give them an opportunity. And we're also just kind of more comfortable easing into teaching central partner work by starting with beginner level. Just because like we're not together, and a lot of the things that we do, especially in intermediate and up, requires us to kind of look at your technique and make corrections. So I wanted to start with more beginners so we could really take the time to do some nice technical work. So it'll be Jimena and I. So Jimena has a really beautiful style. She's one of the best follows ever, and then I'm just wild, so like she's a great a great balance to me. But for sure, you'll have like a nice different pattern every week, a lot of technique. We'll build in some styling as well, so that beginner level doesn't mean basic. For me, actually, the beginner level is the biggest level of any dance. Right? See the dog agrees.
He knows.
He knows. He's like, I'm still learning how to body roll with his long back. So we'll do a lot, like a nice pattern every week, a lot of technique on it, about the leading, about the following, and then giving you some styling if it fits into the pattern for that week. And then every week will change. So if you can make it one week but not the next, you don't have to feel like you're going to be trailing in. When we were at the studio, they were a series, so they did build up. But for these classes, we're doing drop-ins to try to accommodate everyone's schedule as much as possible. So that's Thirsty Thursdays for the sensual. That's our new name for it.
Bring your water. It's gonna
And
get
wine.
hot.
And then we'll let Juan, who loves the camera,
Sober
talk about
Sundays.
Sundays. Sober Sundays.
Sober Sunday.
Sober Sundays for the Lord.
Come on, partner. You guys,
All right.
partner.
You got the boring one. I'm just kidding.
It's okay, my name was denied. So we call it Shine on Sundays, or people who know me, Pop Off Sundays, okay? Obicaro and I focusing a lot on shine. Footwork, but I don't want it to be pigeonholed into that category. We will be focusing a lot footwork and then the upper body. Yes, a lot of things get denied because we're doing all this, but every single step has an action up above. So you want to keep the party popping 24/7 versus, base
We're not
level.
gonna teach them how to go
I
party.
That's also why Kat's gonna do the little subscript thing, because can't translate Dominican accents at all.
True. We do know Juan's special language. So those are the 4 classes that we're starting with. So, if things go well in the future, we'll build them up. And our intention is that, if things go well, eventually when we're able to do in-person classes, then we would just bring the classes on over, and then probably looking at doing a multi-selection, so like you can come in person, or you can also take the class live. So that's, I think we're like building towards that. So that way, we meet a lot of people. Jimena travels on her own with her partner Vladi, and then we travel as a company, and we do lots of fun events sometimes. And these people would love to take classes, but they're like in Connecticut, or they're like in Texas or in California. So if you do want to take a class with us and you ever have some time, I think it'd be great. And that's what we're kind of leaning towards, and offering a way for us to kind of keep connected with you and interact with our wild and insane ways. I'm not sure why you love us, but we love you.
Hi,
So the
Saul.
pricing. Oh,
Bachata
Saul.
brunch.
Bachata
Yay.
brunch. I didn't bring my amazing outfit that only took me 3 years to get. It took me like 3 years for the shirt. It took a year and a half for the hat, but I got it. So I'm like fully Bachata brunch swagged out. But they're amazing. I love their event.
The
every
blue punch,
year.
the blue punch.
The blue punch. Don't drink that, but it's great.
Don't give it.
Don't give in.
Also, never give us bottomless mimosas.
But I
ever.
can take it. I'm good.
Me too.
I'm from Venezuela. We got it. He's from DR. We can do it. But Bachata Brunch is great. Support them. They're doing virtual brunch every Sunday, I believe, from 3 to 5. Different themes and stuff. It's just a nice way of trying to stay connected with the community. So keep them on there. We love them, and whenever you're back, we'd love to support you. I think Carolina talked about it a little bit about the pricing. So you can either do drop-ins, so it's $10 per class, or you can do like a week pass. So you can buy a week pass, and the week runs from Monday to Sunday. So it would start with Carolina's class and end with Juan and Carolina's class. So it would be $10 for one class or $30 for the whole week. And then it's, it re-ups every week. So it's as flexible as we felt like we could make it. And, just know like for us, and the way that Ferocity is built is we're very, very, very much into technique and very, very much into having a good time. And so I think it's going to be new for everyone, but we're really hoping that even though it's not exactly the same, we're hoping that our personalities come through and that you feel connected to us. And we're really looking for some connections because we'll only
Yeah.
we
Partner.
need people.
You heard personalities.
She got it.
Okay. 6, 7.
Maybe we'll be nice and we'll give Juan a salsa class if he,
Thumbs up or
behaves.
not.
He's campaigning for the lights. So we can see if we have any questions or comments from our peeps.
Is there an unlimited option?
An unlimited option? Oh, Ferocity in your bed.
Or like a monthly thing.
A monthly pass, so we could do that. I think the only way it would get tricky is when you do like those really big passes that include a lot of classes in them, the question comes what if you miss like half the month? And we really, the trade-off is like if you're doing an unlimited pass and there is no carryover, do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a gym membership, so we could do that. But I think when we originally came up with it, we thought that the week or the day or per class or the week option was probably better for people to start with. And I think also because we're just starting this, we'll probably keep it like this maybe for at least a first couple weeks, and then if we feel like there's a need for it, then when we go ahead and do the next schedule for the next month, then we can go ahead and add a month pass. But it's kind of new for everyone. It's definitely new for us. I've never taught virtually before, so I think we want to just kind of try it out first. And of course, if there's interest in it, then yeah, we'll put an unlimited pass out and you can have us with you all the time.
Hey.
We have a question here from Lydia Opis.
Lydia.
She is wondering, in case we missed the live session, will it be saved in a private location where they can come back and view the video?
So I think we're talking about this. We're trying to decide if we're going to record the whole class, or I think what I tend to do in my class is that we will record a more in-depth demo, but probably longer. So it wouldn't just be here's what we did, here's a 2-second video. So I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards doing here's a longer review. This is what we talked about. This is what we covered. Here's the step. Here's what it's called. Here's from the front. Here's from the back. So I feel like that's what I'm personally leaning towards. But we'll discuss it together. We make all the decisions together as a foursome. And so we'll kind of we'll talk it out for sure. So if that's something that you're interested in, just leave it in the comments, and later when we come and look at things, we'll take that into account.
We have another question. Is it certain levels of skills that you need to have to be part of certain class?
Is there a specific class? So I think the only class that has a level attached to it is the beginner class. The Central Thursdays, what did I call it? Thirsty Thursdays for the Central. So that's the only class. Y'all, make that a hashtag, a really long hashtag. That's the only class that has like a level attached to it. The other classes are open level. So I would probably say the hardest would be if you don't know any bachata at all. That's probably going to be the hardest. And I would probably at that point start with Carolina's class, because it's a drill focused class. You're going to learn, different things, but you're really, really going to drill them over and over and over again to really get the correct technique into your body. And then it'll probably even if after a few weeks, you probably would feel good enough to take the other ones if you haven't taken any bachata at all. And then of course you'll have the fundamental classes online if you want to take those first. And then you'll learn the basic, like an 8-count turn and like a left and right turn. So you'll be a little bit more familiar. For us, open level is kind of, I think, our opportunity to push our students a little bit more. So it's not that we're going to make it advanced, but for the most part that we've seen, our beginner students, if we push them, in the right way and incrementally, is that even a word? Incrementally. There we go. Hey, I admit my flaws. We see that they actually respond and they do well. So we will, kind of pay attention to the class and take it from there. What? Am I being made fun of?
No. Can you guys teach us TikTok dances too? I'm savage. Guess who said
She got this. Noelia. No. Who? You did?
Lottie.
Oh, Vladdy. Goodbye, Vladdy. We're still waiting for your TikTok dance.
That man has watched me do the savage one so many times, he knows it.
Lottie will teach you how to do TikTok videos.
Adios is a word.
Hit him up.
So for the classes, will the participants use video too?
Yes. I will say it is up to you. I know that not everybody is comfortable actually being seen. It would be harder, I think, for us though to give you feedback if we don't. However, if you do want to just learn and have your camera off, that's fine. And for me specifically, I think we're all the same. If you want to send us a video of you after, and we can just give you some quick feedback, and we can do that. We don't want anybody to be uncomfortable. I know that virtual. I think a lot of people think that taking a class virtually is easier, but I actually think that for a lot of people it's harder. And then we found out with one that sometimes just having a camera on, puts the fear of Jesus into you. So that's something. If you don't want to put the camera on, you don't have to. That's absolutely fine. But please, reach out to us, send us a video, whoever it was that was teaching the class, and we'll give you feedback for that day.
So
He's had a long day. Forgive him.
He's wearing Ferocity colors though, so that's how we come here, right, Juan?
right.
I don't mind it.
All black.
I'm campaigning for a dog.
Doesn't she look so good holding a
She
dog
looks great of this size.
of this size?
It's a perfect size dog.
If you guys think she does, you should go tag Lottie on Facebook and let him know.
Yeah, just make a new post with different pictures of medium or small to medium sized dogs and tag him in every single one of them. He'll love it. I promise.
He looks forward to it.
He really does.
He's
That's
sad
all
when he
wants.
wakes up and he doesn't have notifications of dogs.
He's gonna kill me. So real quick, while we have you, we'll give some more time if anyone else has any questions before we cut this feed off. Please take a moment, support all the other local schools and dance studios. There's so many. Salsa with Sylvia, had just opened a second location, and this just happened to them, and they have very, very, very high rent. And she's been around forever. I mean, I remember her when it was Amica Dance Company, and she was running Salsa with Sylvia out of the basement in her house. So she's literally spent so much time building up this dream for her. Latin Dancer Studio, actually the first teacher that I danced bachata with was Patricio and Ariel's dad. That's where I started, and it was when they used to have their location in Lee Highway. I believe that the studio now, it's they do tattoos and eyebrows. I need to have mine done. And they art studio for kids, and it's also a dance studio. Obviously all of us have pretty much been closed, I think, since March 12th. For those that didn't know, the dance community in the DMV had pretty much talked behind the scenes on their own and decided that we needed to kind of close up. It ended up being just only like a few days before it like officially happened. But the community itself did that, including these schools, including like tons of different instructors that depend on like this income. And like I know like everybody's really struggling, but support doesn't have to mean giving them money. Leave them reviews on Google, leave them reviews on Yelp, so that people, like, when they are back, people are like, yo, like these are the places to go. Like look at this nice feedback. Like if you can take a class, take a class. If you can get a gift certificate to use for the future, like do that, because we want to have something to come back to. Nobody wants to see like the dance scene or the dance studios cut in half just because of this. Really, it's a temporary situation, even if right now I know it seems like there's no end in sight. But I feel like, our dance community, especially in DC, like we're so tight knit. Share a post, share a picture, share their YouTube channel, share the class information, the webpage. Like it doesn't have to be money. Sometimes it's just we need to remember people. Don't forget to remember people. Yeah, so like the schools, like we can't take for granted that they're there and that they have been there forever. They've been there forever because of a lot of hard work, and a little bit of bad luck doesn't need to take anybody out. So please, if you can, like some stuff, follow them on Instagram. Like all these little things matter.
We have a couple more questions. Okay. Will you guys teach other styles of classes moving forward?
Yeah, so we started with like the 4 that we felt were probably together, kind of like a full system. So we have I have a lot of performers, and especially because of like the situation lately, I can't do as much technique because on the videos we're doing so much choreography because a lot of them have to finish their routines virtually. But those, like a lot of the girls and a lot of the guys too, just any people would ask like, I really want to get a split this year, or I really don't know what to do with my arms, or like I'm really frustrated that I can't like move my body, or like I don't look natural. So we get a lot of questions about technique. So that's how we came up with like a class that's specifically for drilling and doing technical work and stretching. We did not have a styling class before at all, and we wanted to do one actually before. We were going to do it with Carolina and Jimena, but Carolina's not available on Wednesdays. We also didn't want to put all the options only on one day. So then we were like, okay, let's do Jimena. Like we get a lot of comments about Jimena's beautiful dancing and her beautiful styling. So we're like, all right, well, let's try to do like a bachata styling class. We already had the beginner class, and my bigger class was on Saturdays, but with the summer coming up, we felt like let's try to put it in the week, and maybe that'll be better for people, and we'll just try it out. And then we did not have a footwork class, so we're like, let's do a little pasito libre, like a little like flavor, some fun little like throwdown on Sundays, on the Lord's Day.
No sensual.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. Like we'll just kind of gauge it, and like I know Juan's dying to do salsa. He actually used to teach salsa at Ferocity. So I would love to bring that back. I love salsa on one. I don't dislike salsa. I just really like salsa on one. And people always give me smack about liking Mark Anthony, and I love him. And you know who you are. And you know who that is. We all know who that is.
Okay, the next one is a 2-part question.
Oh God.
The song's really bad.
Don't look at me.
Do we have to wear black when we take classes? And can we purchase Ferocity t-shirts online?
So, no. However, if you are one of my students that's in a performing team and you're in rehearsal, yes, you must. Mary. No, but of course, you can wear whatever you would like for class. Has to be comfortable for you. Yeah, appropriate. Please.
Appropriate.
Blatty. No, but just I would also say like appropriate for you, mainly to like stuff that you can move in. I when I take my online classes like from other instructors, I feel like I work a lot more. I'm like moving and my carpet is there like plotting against me, and I'm like, no, but we're gonna do this footwork, and like so I feel like something that you can sweat in, something that's comfortable, something you can eat right after. And then the shirts. Yes, so I did actually just order from our friends at G. Franco. We have all of our rhinestone shirts coming in. So they are first come, first serve. As soon as they come in, you can purchase them. I would probably say you can come pick them up once we're open to the public, which is not currently. Or I could also leave them in front and you can just pick them up, like with your name on it on times where I'm already here. So we can do it that way. So I'll put the prices and stuff online. We have crop tops. We have, I believe, like regular V-neck shirts. I think I ordered a couple of like hoodies, which are like tight hoodies and not like the jackets. Yeah, there you go.
And the rhinestone crop top.
And the rhinestone crop top.
There you go.
The abs come with it. But yeah, so we'll get those, and then I would probably say so the rhinestone ones, the difference is the rhinestone ones, they look really cool, but they're only the front. The shirts that have our logo on the back, the Fierce is for everyone, those actually I just redesigned, so it has a new like design on the back. Yes, so the old design has 2 claw marks, the other one will have 1 big slash mark in the back, so it looks like you got tore up from the front to the back. And those I will probably order, and I will say hopefully they'll be here within 2 weeks, so then you'll be able to order those as well.
Hi, Brian Lee.
Brian Lee. So I've known Brian for a minute. I used to help him run Dance to Beat way back in the day when we were babies. He's amazing. Super good at fusion, amazing at urban style. One of the only urban bachata dancers I feel like in this whole area, and he definitely keeps up with his training. If you've ever danced with him, very cool styling, and I love his team. I love Adriana. Love you guys. DanceToBeat.com. I don't know if that's a website, but it is on Facebook.
Do you need a lot of space for the classes?
No. In our central classes, a lot of the movement is actually rotary. So rotary just is a fancy word for circle. So you're gonna kind of take up the same amount of space. So I would say you don't need like a crazy amount of space. Footwork tends to be a little bit condensed because if I know one, he'll pick pretty amazing, energetic music. So you're not gonna be able to have this chance to take huge steps. Jimena, I feel like probably focuses technique or a little more body action.
Just being able to do half a basic this way, half a basic that way, maybe forward and back.
We also really like our banners, so we're gonna like make sure we stay in them. So we feel like we have a blanket of love around us. Yeah, but I would say, I mean, like maybe like a 4 feet, 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you're doing like the styling stuff, make sure that you watch your hands, that you don't knock over any lamps.
We have a lot of votes. Salsa with 1.
Salsa! Salsa, coño. See, I know.
Yeah,
something.
buddy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So you have to let us know if you're interested in like salsa shines or salsa partner work, and then we'll take it from there. We'll make Juan's dream come true again.
Oh my.
Is there any advice for shy people who want to take a class?
So I think I talk about this a lot, like how I actually was super shy when I started dancing. When I started even with ballroom, I was the receptionist. My job was to say hi to people and like let them come in. And I would literally go to work and be like, please let nobody talk to me. So like I would like memorize people's names, and as they come in, I'm like, I got you. So like I get it. I think that especially as adults, like kids are fearless. Kids just go. I feel like there's like before you're 10, I feel like you're not scared of anything, and then things start to creep up. So the hardest step to take is the first one. But I guarantee you, the dance world is so beautiful. It's so inclusive. It's so welcoming that the minute you get into that class and like a few minutes in, you're gonna be like, wow, like even if you feel challenged, you'll be so happy. And it's like moving your body in ways that maybe you haven't before if you've never taken a class. So like just give yourself that shot, give yourself that one class. Worldwide, I've met so many amazing instructors. Like they make you feel the fire as soon as you go in. So like take a chance on yourself, you won't regret it. Yeah. We good?
Yeah.
We good here? We good?
Indeed.
Okay.
No,
So thank you so much for joining us. So ferocitydance.com, I plastered those classes everywhere. So like you can find it on the main page, you can find it on the classes page. If you go to the pages that say about like Carolina, about Jimena, about Juan, or about me on our individual pages, it'll show you like what classes we teach. And then us, as well as the rest of the pro team, are available for private lessons in person once we're public. But right now we all are all available to do them virtually. So the teachers will come here and meet with you, like through Zoom and stuff. And then we record usually like the end, like what we went over and stuff, and give you like some things to work on. But as always, please stay optimistic, stay positive. I think that a lot of us feel like we go through this alone, but we're all going through this together. Everybody has a different struggle. And I think I just had this conversation with my students. Just don't ever feel like your struggle is negated by someone that might be going through something that you perceive to be worse. We're all going through things. All of our struggles matter. All of our experiences matter. And we will do the best that we can to give you energy, to make you smile, even if it's just 1 hour. And if you ever just need a laugh, you can look at my Instagram story because I post lots of ridiculous things all day and lots of things with golden retrievers because that's what I want. One happy day. But stay fierce. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you and we can't wait to see you all again.
Be safe.
And now I'm going to go and turn everything off because Juan doesn't help me ever.
Oh, this one.